Hello everyone, today I have Anre, Gous, the Managing Director for ACES Africa. So Anre, can you tell me, as Managing Director, how do you maintain a high level of quality and consistency across ACES Africa's portfolio?
Thank you so much for having me. So I think that's a tough question for any entrepreneur or manager of any business, is to maintain consistency across the business in all the different sectors. And I think, for us as an engineering construction business, it's purely focusing on processes and establishing criteria, to make the teams understand what's expected. How do we get to our goals, within our certain framework. And I think that that's the only way that we've successfully been able to sort of, mitigate mistakes and ensuring that we perform year in, year out. And then obviously, as Charles said before, I think people are very important, because hiring the right people make a big difference in any business. And if you don't get the right people in the right places, then you'll very soon figure that out, that this person might not be right for the position. But I think mainly stepping back to the maintaining processes and establishing, different protocols for different positions, that's made a big difference in our business.
And I see that you guys have an academy called ACES Academy. Can you maybe touch on that a little bit?
Yes, of course. So I think, this comes down to the skill shortage in the country. I think everyone in the EPC space or in the energy space knows that there's been a massive skill shortage and still remains to be. So we were battling with, where do we find these resources? How do we get the right, the right skills in our business to ensure that we're the best that we can be? And I think that's sort of what sprouted the idea of the ACES Academy. So initially we thought we would just train our own staff, write courses to ensure that we train our staff in the best manner possible. And then that came down to, our executive committee sitting around the boardroom and saying, well, look, why don't we take the ACES standard outside of the business, and teach the skills beyond what we do to improve the industry as a whole. So ACES Academy was then established to train and support up-and-coming PV installers, specifically on ground level, because I think the engineers and procurement and costing and QS, those positions you can quite easily fill. Easier, still difficult, but from a ground level, guys working with their hands and doing the DC works and the AC works, it's tough. So that's what sort of sparked the interest of the ACES Academy.
How do you see the role of battery energy storage systems evolving in Africa's C&I landscape, and what opportunities does this present for ACES?
Yeah, I think the battery energy space is vibrant and exciting. I think the use case for batteries has certainly changed from a pure load shedding mitigation strategy in South Africa to energy demand, load shifting, arbitrage, all the other aspects of BESS at the moment. And I think going into Africa even more so, there's major issues across the continent with grid stability, grid availability. South Africa, likewise, as Charles said, we had negative GDP growth over the last 2 years. If we grow by 1 to 2% GDP in the next 2 years, we go straight back to stage 6 load shedding. So that's just a testament of, the energy demand of a country like South Africa. And if we want to keep unemployment levels low, we need to produce more, we need to grow as an economy, and that requires energy. So I think the storage component plays a massive pivotal role in not just energy security in Africa and South Africa, but development, improving lives of those less fortunate. I think BESS is very important, and companies like Solar MD play a pivotal role in that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you have it, everyone. Anre Gous from ACES Africa.